What's one of the things that's the most important tools a realtor needs in their toolbox? Well, I'm going to tell you. So, if you're a realtor and you want to be a business builder and be successful, you need an army of people that you can count on as your team. They're like your, and I'm not talking where you've got a team that you're building up and you've got all these agents. No, I'm talking about a network of people that you have as resources. Like I can pick up the phone and just call them up and say, hey, I got an issue, got an idea. And that includes fellow realtors. So let's talk about that. I'm Kathy Burns and I'm on Real Estate Riches here in the Lake Norman area of North Carolina. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe below and let's have a conversation. What kind of teams do you surround yourself with? Well, first of all, I have been in BNI, Business Network International. That is a networking group, and I've been in since 2008. I scratched like a dog to get into it, and fortunately, that was a time when the market was rough, and there's a fee to be involved in that group, and it is one seat for every type of business. So there was only going to be one realtor in there, one lender, one home inspector, that kind of thing. And I wanted to be in there because I know how important it is to have a network of people that is an army that you can reach out to. And this particular type of army actually is looking to help me build my business. They're not just referrals; they are referral partners actually. So why is that important? If you've got like an attorney that you can just quick call up and not have to pay a fee, just to have a conversation with them, say, hey, Thomas is in my chapter. He's been in there for years. I said, say, Thomas, hey, I got an issue with a particular thing on my business. Just want an idea like who to talk to, what's the best path to go. He picks up my call or he'll call me back as soon as he can. He'll give me the answer. Boom. If he needs me to hire him because this takes something that we got to put together, different story. He'll tell me that. And he'll charge me a fair rate. It's not about him giving me discounts because he's my buddy. That's not it. I don't give discounts to my buddies. No, this is a business. So that's another little side note. But anyway, so today I interviewed a woman who lives in Portugal, but her company is based out of England. And I met her on LinkedIn. So I'm always looking to expand who's my circle of referral partners and resources. Because if you follow me at all, you know that I'm starting to do more and more global real estate transactions and teaching other agents how to think bigger and think global. Well, when you're talking money, which is what happens when you're buying and selling real estate, we have different currencies. And it dawned on me, it'd be nice to have somebody that understood all that. Now, most of the realtors that you talk to in these other countries, they already have somebody like that. And she is connected, I think she said she was connected to like 11,000 people on her LinkedIn profile, of which there's probably many, many, many realtors. And so when I was interviewing her today, I thought of the army that an agent needs to have when they're doing their business. Now, in my BNI chapter, there's 30 members in there, including me. I am no longer a real estate agent representing that seat. I split my seat up, at which you can do because you can have a buyer's agent and a seller's agent. And so I allowed it to be split up after, since 2008, I just did that this year, 2024. And I allowed that seat to be split up because I wanted the connections of those two seats. So now there's a listing agent and there's a buyer's agent. And I am with EXP. The beauty of EXP is you can start to have partners all over the world, which is another reason I also wanted to do global. I want partners globally. And Candy Gilder, who is the buyer's agent in my BNI chapter here in Cornelius, North Carolina, she handles all the buyers. Well, she's one of my partners. She's in my organization with me. So if I had a buyer situation, I would refer that business probably to Candy. And she would handle that buyer because I am looking to be more of someone who helps other agents level up build their business, teach them things like this, help them think bigger about thinking global. That's my new mission. So I don't really want to be selling, working with buyers and sellers anymore. I'm kind of past that. It doesn't mean that I won't get business from that. I have clients that will refer business to me and I will work with them. I am not pursuing it. Does that mean I won't be knowledgeable? No, I'm knowledgeable because I stay up on everything because it's my business to know all that. So anyway, the point being is I've got a plumber that I know that I can trust. I've got an HVAC guy in there. There's a computer guy in there. There's a stereo guy in there. There's a garage guy. You name it, a mortgage guy, a banker, a financial planner, a commercial insurance agent, a residential insurance agent, you name it. There's over 30 people in there. These become your friends when you're really working. So for me, when I met Claire Wheatley today, who's with the money exchanger out of, I think I said she's out of England, but she lives in Portugal. I love global. Well, anyway, it dawned on me that these people I'm referring, they need a partner to work with. And those agents may need someone to work with. Now, I'm sure that a lot of the agents in these other countries already have alliances, and she may even be aligned with them. But what I wanted to teach the realtors, you, is how important it is to have that kind of team member. The first thing you would want to do if you were talking to another agent in another country is, do you have people that are the money changers for these people? What kind of pricing do they do? Are they discounted? Are their fees better than the banks? Because maybe some of those realtors overseas or wherever only suggest the banks. That's a higher way to go. I learned that about a year ago from an agent that I've been working with in Portugal. And she had a roadshow here in Miami, and she had someone who represented money exchanging. And that's where I started to learn about it. That's another little tip, always be learning. And if you really want to be a successful realtor in today's world, you need to be thinking global. And I'm going to talk to you for a second, just kind of divert. If you're in a franchise, and even though your franchise may have global things, you're not in one company. Somebody bought that franchise and they think like that franchise. You're not really connected internationally to those other places. You are, but it's a weak link. At EXP, we are one company in 25 countries now, and you are really connected. Internal things with how you can do referrals and stuff like that. It's just powerful. And this is, again, this is my team of people that I can count on globally. I can count on just about everybody in the whole entire company because there's a certain kind of breed that it's bringing in. These are people that really want to build their business, and they're thinking bigger, and we're connected bigger, and you have that opportunity too. If you're not with EXP, hey, give me a call. Let's talk about that. But back to building that team. I have every kind of resource that I need for a buyer or a seller. I've always done this right from the beginning. I wanted to know that I could pick up the phone on a Saturday afternoon late and call up my lender and say, hey, I got to have proof of funds. Any way you can make this happen? And he'd have a system and he would say yes. And boom, I'd have it because I needed to write an offer. And it was an unexpected scenario that just popped up. The clients had been looking at stuff for ages, but weren't serious enough to even get their pre-qual together. We knew roughly what they would qualify for based on other questions, but they didn't want to get a proof of fund. And I wasn't really showing them stuff in person. It was online. And that's the kind of referral partner that I want, so that I know that he will be available. Same thing with the plumber. I get calls from agents all the time, and they'll say, hey, Kath, you got a plumber? Hey, Kath, you got a roofer? How about a gutter guy? How about this? How about that? Well, one of the things that I did years ago was create a card through Sundown Cards, which I highly recommend, and I will have that link in here. And I created a monthly card that would go out where I would promote a specific vendor that I worked with, somebody that was on my team. And I had ulterior motives. One, I wanted my clients to know that had somebody I highly recommended, not being paid for, and I said that in my card, where I would highlight that particular vendor, why I like them, and also let them know that if they needed anybody, I got a guy. And I was known as the I got a guy person. Well, I'm telling you, that got me business through the years many, many times. And so that's why today, when I was doing the money exchanger, since the global is the new mission, I'm looking to build a whole team of people that will be my guys and gals around the world. And I want you to start thinking bigger, because if you're just doing your local area and that's all you've got, and you don't have a team, you're going to be in trouble. Today's world, with the high tech that we're in, it's critical. You got to have your team. You really need to be thinking global. You've got to have a system of how you're staying in touch with them on a regular basis, how you're doing it cost effectively, yet effectively enough where you're staying top of mind. Because so many agents, they don't keep in touch, and as a result, their clients forget even who they were. Time goes on, life goes on, other agents pop into their world. No, you want to always be the one they think of. You want them to be raving fans of who you are. And when you're the person that has everybody, then they're going to say, "Hey, my sister needs this. My brother needs that. My best friend needs this." You're top of mind all the time. And another way to do that is being visible on video like this. So, get your army. Start thinking global. And if you haven't checked out EXP, or even if you have, let's check it out again. And no matter what, I'm here giving all kinds of tips on a regular basis. If you like this, please subscribe below, share it, and let's help each other. Let's help each other. Make sense? I just want to be in a world where everybody's helping everybody and we're all leveling up. That's the kind of world I want to live in. So if you like it, stay tuned.